Good evening. I've had a great day. Well, not so great. Little of this and little of that. First of all, um, Donna from Sunshine La Eclea got in touch with me. She is really excited about winning the giveaway. So she's really excited, and she's the doll, all that stuff, right? So anyway, I started out today. Well, I took my nap this morning, and my blood pressure was a little high, and after I took my pill, then I laid down for a couple hours, and then I got up and I said, Billy, you got stuff to do today. So I went to the regular little little post office down the street. Well, it was closed. So then I went to pick up my meds, and I asked the girl in that at the drugstore. I asked her where the next post office was, and she told me. So I went down there, and all my mail's gone. Everything's gone. Everything was mailed today. So be aware, everything is on its way. Even my couple of my dolls, so they're gone. So after I got out of the post office, there was a light on in my car, and it was a little light, had a little screw on it, and then next to it was like a little pail, like a little thing that you oil or water, that would hold water or oil, one or the other. So I figured out that that's something wasn't right, right? So when I left the post office, I went to Wally's, Walmart, and I said, well, I'll just stop in at their auto. They have an auto place there. So I stopped in and I said, well, let's see what you can do. See what it is. And he said, you need an oil change. I said, okay. They didn't have my filter, but they'd give me an oil change. Okay. So he said, well, it'll be like about an hour. I said, okay, no problem. I'll go shopping. So I wasn't planning to, but it took me like probably 25 minutes just to get a cart to look at everything. Because my feet were hurting. I mean, my legs and stuff were hurting, and I wasn't about. I just don't walk the stores anymore. It just hurts too much. So anyway, oh, let me tell you this. Now this is crazy. You got to know that the drivers in Florida are loco and la cabeza. They're crazy in the head. These old people don't watch anything. Okay, so I drive out of my little handicap space, and I'm going around the corner, and this car pulls out. Didn't look, just pulls out, backs out. Now you can't see who's driving. There's no head, there's no hands, there's nothing. De nada. You don't know who's driving. All of a sudden, they're driving on the far left-hand side of the road, and I'm on the right. I go, what the heck is going on? So finally, she drives up. She's still on the right side of the road. She takes a left. That's to go out of our development. Then I take a left. Well, she's on the far left side again. So she pulled and stopped. And I went past her to the stop. So I'm going, oh my God, what is wrong? And I look back, and I'm telling you, you know how the steering wheel was here? The head of that person did not come above the steering wheel that you could see through the windshield. I'm going, who in the world gave this person a driver's license? Jacques Benet? Anyway, I don't know how old because you couldn't see. I don't know how she saw or he saw to drive. And I didn't turn around to look. My eyes straight ahead because I didn't know if that car, if he or she was going to pull out in front of me or what. But I got to the stop sign. I took a left hand, and I'm out of there, flying. So anyway, let's get back to where we were. So where was I? The post office. Okay, then that little light was on. So I went to Wally's, Walmart's. Wally's is what? Cheryl calls Walmart, and I thought it was a separate store, and they think that's funny. I said, "Geez, those Wallies, where are they? Up in just in Pennsylvania or what?" Right? Well, it turns out they were talking. They call Walmart Wallies. So anyway, I'm at Walmart. Okay, take an hour. So I said, "Well, I'll go look around because I heard that they're going to close all their fabric out, everything." And that's what the ladies told me. All the fabric. I don't know about the yarn, but there's like, how there's one lane? Well, it was half with yarn. So I don't know about the yarn. So anyway, so I did a little shopping. And I'll show you what I got. And all of this was marked down. I found this little thing with all colors of thread to use for my sewing machine. That was a good deal. It was like, I think it was $2.97 for 10 spools of 200 yards per spool. And it covers all the colors that I need. And then I only have 3 bobbins for my sewing machine, so I bought 8 bobbins for my brother's sewing machine. It's an older sewing machine, but I was getting so tired of having 2 different colors on one bobbin, and it just kind of screwed me up. So, it was only like, I think it was $3 and something, $3.97. You know how they do them. So I got me some new bobbins to go to my sewing machine. Then I got, remember my boom box that I'm going to be using in my car so that I have music? I got the battery. It takes 8, and I believe it's C2 batteries, and these are high energy batteries. So I got my 8 batteries. I haven't put them in yet, as you can see, but I will. I haven't tested it at all. So I've got batteries for my boom box to go in my car so I can have music when I drive. And I have to go to the cardiologist on Friday, so we will see how it does. So that was some items that I got. And I was real excited. And everything, so much was on sale. And then I hit pay dirt. I hit pay dirt. Okay, I got, and I can't tell you, I don't know, there were like these 2, they got sparkles in them, but I didn't care. I got these 2 here, were on sale, and they cost me $3 each. And it's a little over, it's $3. I don't know, there's like two yards or something in each one. But anyway, this is like to line up. Yeah, it was $3. Yep. This is to line up to line bags that I'm making, and stuff. So I was real happy to see this. Then they had this on sale. I took it out. It was a little package, but I think it's 2 yards, and it was 50 cents. I can't pass that up, right? 50 cents, and there was only this one. So I bought that, and I thought these would make nice potato bats for the kitchen, or even soup. The bowl cozies. So, and I would have bought more, but they didn't have any more of this particular. And this was underneath all the other little pieces of fabric that they had. And then this was on sale, and this is red. Yeah, you can see it's red, right? And I think this is like 2 yards of red, which will go with this, right? Red to go with this. And then I found this. You're going to love this. Look at this. This fabric. Look at it. It's all birds, and it's spring. Isn't it beautiful? I just loved it. Little birds everywhere in their little birdhouse with the seeds and everything. So, again, with the red cardinal and all the other little birdies, little chickadees, and all that good stuff. And I'm going to make a project bag out of this with the lining, with this and this. So that's what I got at Walmart. Oh, and some bananas. I got some bananas. So that's my acquisitions. But you thought I was. Oh, I did get. Oh, I'm sorry. I got. Eh, I did get some yarn, and the reason I went only was to get 2 more of the Lion brand Comfy Cotton blend for the top that I'm making for myself. It's over here that I showed you before, and you've seen it. So anyway, I got 2 more of these because I knew that the way I was making it so big, it's going to take a lot. And it was only 2 that they had, and their cotton blend at Walmart is $5.88. So, and when I looked on Joann's, it was more expensive. So I did get that. I was happy with that. And I haven't. Oh well, I did do this. Let me see. Let me show you. You know how my shucks fell on the floor. You know how rebellious I am, right? Well, I made my little barn. Here's the side. Here's the side of the barn here, and I fixed. That's the top, and there's his little window with the straw hanging out of it. There's the door. I'm not real pleased with the door. I don't like the doors like this. They look kind of sloppy or something. So I might do a little playing around. And I don't know. I probably should have gone on one more stitch here, which I could put in and maybe I might do something to that. But, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But anyway, I wanted to do the front, and then this is the side. This is the side of the barn over here. I don't care. It's all right. It's a barn. Well, it looks like the front of a barn, the side of the barn. Who knows? But yeah, that's my barn to go on the Jada thing. So I didn't cut the red off yet, so I'll have it so that I can just sew that sucker on there. Uh-oh, come on. Come on. You know who? Here she is. Rosie. Rosie Posey has honored us with her company. So, yes, so I've done no crocheting. Haven't picked up a needle, and I did pick up a regular needle to finish off a little bit on that barn. I don't like the door, and the door. I mean the doors, and some doors have a little thing on top. I might rip that whole thing out and redo it. I might do that. So it'll see. I might just say the heck with it, hell with it. I'll just go ahead and just sew the sucker on like it is. Okay, so I get all my little items, get in my little basket, get it, get my wheel, and it's been a good hour, 15 minutes. So I go back to the motive auto place. They haven't even done my car yet. Well, I was getting really kind of ticked off. And the little girl that I met when I left to go shopping was still there. I said, "What are you doing? All they're doing is changing your tire." She said, "Well, they haven't gotten around to it yet." I said, "Well, you said something to them?" So I went over there and I said about my own car, but I said, that little girl, she was here before I was. She probably doesn't want me to call her a little girl, but she was a young girl, maybe early 20s or whatever, because she was going to school at University of Southern Florida. We have a campus here, and she was working part-time at Target. And I felt kind of sad for her. And sitting next to her is this young guy. Well, he just got back from vacation in Key West, and he had a great time, and he did a lot of drinking, and he went on some little excursions and all that good stuff. And we just kind of flirted and talked to each other the whole time. And he was a carpenter. Yep, he was a carpenter. He'd been on vacation for a week, but he was just so cute. He just had the cutest smile, and it wasn't like he was just a nice guy. He didn't I wasn't put off that some old broad was talking to him. You know what I mean? So he was super, just super nice. And then when they finally called his name, he looked at me and he smiled, and then he went up and he paid. And on the way out, he winked at me. He said, "Good luck." I said, "Thanks." He was so cute. Oh, I was just flirting. I just love flirting. He was so cute. I just enjoyed him immensely. So finally, the little girl was still there when I left. They finally called my name and they changed my oil, but not my filter because they didn't have the size. Man, they don't have crap. I don't even know how they stay in business there. And with their slow response uh, to your to doing a plain old oil change. And that's what the light was, that I needed an oil change. Thank God I stopped because otherwise it would have burned my engine up and I don't need that. Plus, I would have just, Friday I go to the cardiologist and I would have just died worrying about that burning up the engine or whatever that light was. So, excuse me, I had a little dinner before I started doing this. So I came home. Did I come home after that? Yes, I came home after that. Man, it while I was at Walmart, you should have heard the rain. I thought it was like a tropical storm going through here. It poured, and it just hung over right over our little area. And the guy that I was flirting with, he said, there's a cloud just hanging right over us. He said, I don't know how long it's going to last. But by the time I got down 41, all of a sudden the sun was up. It was like I was just sitting over there, and I'm over here, and then the sun was out. No rain. It was crazy. So I got home, and oh yeah, called Cheryl to ask her about something that I got and wanted to know if it was okay. And then Debbie called me. She got my package up in Canada, Canadian crocheter, and she was so thrilled. She was so sweet. And her husband got. You all didn't see it, but she'll show it to you later. But it was a sign. It was a round sign, and it says, um, "You must." What was it? You must love your wife because she lets you go out fishing, or something like that. Well, it was real cute. She'll show you. But she said she's going to put it in their cottage and hang it in their cottage, and she'll take a picture and show it to me. So she was just so thrilled with everything she got. But she had said that she couldn't get that, and I got it at Hobby Lobby. Um, the what do you call it? Tulle, Tulle. But this had like 25 feet on it, and it was on sale. And I looked for the $2.99 ones, and it was half off. So it was like $1.50 or $1.49 actually at Hobby Lobby. So that's where I got that, and it was all the colors that she wished she had. So now she can make her daughter some little scrubbies or whatever. So yeah, so that was nice that she liked it. And hearing from Donna, Sunshine Love Hair, she's like, and then I heard from one of another crochet sister, and she wants me to make her another a Billy doll, damn it doll, Billy damn it doll. So I'm going to start working on that tonight. I know I haven't gotten a lot of crocheting done. I've started things, but I haven't finished or gotten very far on anything. Um, and I'll probably dedicate tomorrow to crocheting, and then the weekend it'll be some sewing and crocheting. So Yeah, I seem like, at night. I know, like now, let's see, Rachel Maddox is on, so it must be between 9:30. What is it? 9, it's 9:12 right now, so I'll get some stuff done tonight. I'm dying to get sewing, so I've got some more of those little cheap project bags from that Goodwill thing that I got. I've got some already cut and halfway sewn, so I need to sew the rest of those. And I got the last two cords at AC Hardware, cotton cords I use. So I got the last two, so I don't know if they've replenished their stock or not, but I need to get some more. If you see something moving over here, that's Miss Rosie's tail. She's got it wrapped around my arm. She's funny. She's so funny. So I just thought I'd let you know what's going on today. Nothing funny. I'm talking to Debbie, and I was telling her how much I liked her hair lately. And she says, "Oh, it's a mess. It's long." I said, "No, it looks very pretty. Looks very nice. I like it." And she said, "Well, when she was in her 20s and 30s, she used to wear teens and 20s. She used to wear her hair short like mine." I said, "Well, when I was in my teens, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I wore long hair like yours." Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I was telling her back in the when I was growing up, teenage years, was in my 50s, was in 1950s, late 50s and early 60s. So let's see, I was a teenager. It was probably 1955. When are you? Wait, I was born 45, 55. So it must have been that I would have been 10, so 12, 11, 12. So I was 13 when I went to high school. Yeah. So that was 1958. That's right. So back then, 5 years was high school, 8 through 12. So we would watch American Bandstand. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but American Bandstand, Dick Clark was the guy that ran the American Bandstand. Of course, we knew Arlene and all the guys' names, the same dancers all the time. They danced every afternoon after school. And we did all kinds of things. We didn't like curly hair, so we what we did was took empty cans, like bean cans or corn cans or whatever, and we would take our long hair and wrap it around the cans so that it would straighten our hair. And then sometimes we would take it and put it on the ironing board and iron our hair straight. And I'm not saying that it was perfect. There was a few burnt hairs here and there, but we did do that. And what we did was we put it on and then we put a cloth on top, which was usually a dish towel or something, and then run the iron over it so we could straighten our hair. Oh yeah, and I have curly hair. I've always had wavy curly hair. So yeah, so we did crazy stuff like that. Every day after school, we went and turned on American Bandstand. We'd go to a friend's house and watch it and dance and all that good stuff. Because when I went to eighth grade, it was in high school, and it was amazing. I mean, you're 13 years old, right? And you walked in, and at lunchtime, the seniors and the juniors were out there. There was a hallway when you first walked in the building, and the auditorium was to the right, the gym was to the left. And there was a big open area there. Well, they turned on music and everybody's dancing in the hallway at lunchtime. Well, I thought I died and gone to heaven. Well, no, little freshmen don't dance in the hallway. But these are couples, I guess, that did that. And then there was a lot of people there, a lot of kids there dancing. But that's what they did at lunchtime. And but I have to say that I never did dance there at lunchtime. I think they omitted that probably close to my freshman year or so. Yeah. But they did all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, dancing was like the big thing when I was going to school. and I could cut a rug. Oh yeah, I was a good dancer. I was a good dancer. I loved to dance. I did. Now I can barely walk. Oh, walking is good. Dancing is even better. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Of course, in we were lived in Virginia, and we would go over to D.C. In Virginia, you had to be 21 to drink or get into a place, and then if you go over to D.C., it was 18, and you could get in, right? So in high, senior in high school, of course, most of us were 18. Some weren't. Some of us had somebody else's ID to prove that we were 18. But yeah, we go. Oh Jesus, we put the bell bottoms on, honey, and the low riding pants and our little crop tops, and we'd go over there, and these boots would do some walking. Absolutely, we'd do some dancing. It was back then though that we had all live bands. You go to a club and it was a live band. You didn't have somebody turning a wheel records and all that stuff. I mean, it was real bands, and probably some of the popular ones. And I can't remember their names, but some of them had records and stuff like that. But I just can't remember their names. But yeah, we had all kinds of live entertainment back then. It was a lot of fun. And of course, I was telling this one. When I was 19, I guess I was 19, I moved into an apartment. I finally left home. Mother and dad and the kids moved to Florida and Sarasota. And I stayed in Virginia, and I moved in with three other girls in Taft Towers in Arlington. And we had a two-bedroom, one-bath apartment, and we paid $50 a month to live there. That's it, $50 a month. No additional electricity, water, nothing. $50 flat. That was it. And of course, I didn't work very often, but I didn't really have to. $50 a month. But yeah, we went out every night. Well, one night there were four girls, and we drove to the Brickskeller, which is downtown DC, and it's kind of like a college place. You know, a lot of college kids went to. So the four of us walked in, and we sit down. And the waiter comes up and he says, "Well, what can I get you, ladies?" He didn't say ladies. What can I get you, girls, or something like that, you know. And he said, "Well, we'll take a pitcher of beer." He said, "Okay, one pitcher coming up." And we thought, wait a minute, come back here. We mean one pitcher each. And his mouth dropped. Yeah, I loved beer. And we did. We drank some beer. We loved beer. I love beer. I don't like alcohol at all, but we drank beer back in those days. And of course, that's where all the college kids hung out and all that good stuff, the Brickskiller. So it was a fun place. I met a lot of people there and so on and so forth. But we had a good time. It was fun. So yeah, so those were telling stories on myself, right? Oh my gosh. Oh God. I'll tell you one time, Cindy, that was my roommate. Now she was a big beer drinker. And she was engaged. And her boyfriend was or her fiance was in Germany in the army. And he was there for 2 years. So she was tall. I think she was like 5'8", 5'9", blonde, blue eyes, beautiful skin, beautiful figure, tall, statuesque, and carried herself like that. She was outstanding. But that's it. But when we went out, everybody hit on her. But they asked her to dance. No, thank you. You want to drink? No, thank you. She didn't, she never cheated on Bob. Never in the time that I had known her and lived with her. And one night we went out. I think we went to the Brickskiller. I think we did go to the Brickskiller, just the two of us. And it started snowing while we were in there. and it snowed and it snowed, and I mean, it was a blizzard. When we walked out, I mean to tell you, there must have been 3 feet of snow. And to this day, I don't know how we got home, but we got home. Where the car is, where the car was, it's that we lived at the top of a hill. The apartment that we lived in. Well, I don't know. It was we were on the 8th floor, and I think there was 2 more floors after that, so it was like 10 floors high. And we ended up when we turned down to go to the apartments, we started just sliding down the hill. So I pulled it up to the curb, took the key out. I said, "We're going home." So we walked back to the apartment and got in. I'll tell you, I don't know how we made it, but it was snowing. Jeez, it snowed. Unbelievable. And we didn't get out. I think Washington, D.C. area, and it's probably the largest snowstorm I can ever remember, did not move for a week. That's how bad it was. The government was closed down for days. I think like something like 4 days or something, but it was huge. I mean, you couldn't go anywhere. No one could go anywhere. It was just, I can't even remember how many feet it was, but it was way over the window of the cars. I mean, I couldn't even see my car because it was like a blizzard, ice, snow. It was terrible. You didn't see a car moving on Route 50, nothing. Nothing moved. But we had a lot of fun. You want to hear what we did? There were 4 guys that lived down below us on the 5th floor, and they went to Georgetown University. And one of them, Steve and I, we were sort of like kind of together, but not, that kind of thing. Anyway, I went to his Georgetown prom, his senior year. Um, so I mean, we had a fun together, all that stuff. But anyway, there was a group of us, and back then I smoked. Okay, we were in. It wasn't that weekend. It had to have been maybe the weekend after everything started clearing up because they couldn't get to school, and it must have been the week after because we played this game called what was the name of that game? Something like Drink Up or something. But you throw the dice and you go something, and then it tells you what to do, right? Well, light up a cigarette, drink, pass over, do this, that, and the other. But they were just funny things. They weren't anything crazy. So we had to open the windows because it was so warm in there. And all of a sudden we hear fire, the fire. Somebody called the fire department. Oh my God. And we only had one bathroom, so you can imagine the traffic in and out of that bathroom. And then Cindy decides to take a bath in the middle of our game. It was hysterical. You should have been there. But it was fun. It was just, those are the crazy things you do when you're a kid, right? But you grow out of it. You grow up and life goes on. But it's nice to have all those fun memories. And Steve, guy's name was Steve, and I went to his Georgetown University. Um, they have like the whole week you do things, and I did stuff with him all week long and went to the prom and all that good stuff. And then he went home, and that was the last I ever heard from him until about 25 years later. I got a call from him, and he said he was in Virginia. I went, oh my God. He said, I'd like to come by and visit with you. I said, okay. So he came by, and I was shocked. Well, it turned out he'd gotten married. He was living in Maryland. He was working for the U.S. government. He he had 5 kids. 5 kids. He was Catholic. That Georgetown's a Catholic university. All the kids that went there were Catholics. He had 5 kids, And he, back then I was slim, much, much slimmer than I am now. I was probably like a size 9 or 10. And he wasn't a 9 and 10. He put on some weight, lost some hair, but he was blonde and had very curly hair in college. But he was um, he was so cute though. He was such a cutie. He was smart. He was artistic. In fact, he took me to a few of his classes. Oh yeah, I went and sat in some classes of his in at Georgetown. Went on campus, walked right in the class, sit down, prop my feet up on the chair that I was sitting in, and and listen. He took me to class. We had a lot of fun. We really did. Well, that's enough of that story. But anyway, I never heard from him again after that. He went on his way, and I went on mine. And it was a good 20. It had to been at least over 20 years because I was 19, 29, 39. Well, maybe not 20 years at least. Yeah, at least 30 years. Yeah, because because I was living in Alexandria, Virginia at that time. Yeah, so that's about right. So anyway, that's one of my little stories for you. I hope you were entertained. Oh my gosh! But yeah, the brick skiller's still there. If you're ever in Georgetown, please stop by. I'm sure they'd love to see you. And you know what? One time I was in there, and it was after I graduated, and I had my high school class ring on. Well, I had lost so much weight from the time I got my ring until I until that period of time I was like 19 or whatever. Well, anyway, it the ring flew off my hand there at Brickskiller, and there's where it lies somewhere in there. I don't know if anybody. I checked, nobody. Somebody got it. I don't know what they did or what happened to it. It'd be interesting to find out though the miles that's on that ring after some what 50 50 some 56 years or so. But anyway, yeah, I lost my class ring. Didn't have it that long, did I? Mm-mm. That's a shame. Okay, well, I'm going to say goodnight. I want to catch up on the news, and I'm a little behind on everything. I want to start my Damn It doll. And I'm going to say goodnight. And hopefully, I'll have more stuff done for you next time I come on. Um, definitely don't forget Friday at 10, unless something else happens. I'm going to have to learn how to do that little. I'll do the communication thing. I'll send everybody a message through that. Okay? Have a good night. Get some rest. Rosie's look, there's her tail. She's flipping her tail. Where is that tail? What are you doing with that tail, girl? Huh? She loves Cheryl's voice. If Cheryl comes on and we start talking, I don't care where she is. She shoots. You should see her run in here. That's the most I've seen her move in years. She sits right here and listens to Cheryl and looked at her and her ears perks all up. And and when she says hi, Rosie, her dogs and cats and everything start coming at her. It's crazy, isn't it crazy? Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight, and I will see you guys really soon. Sooner than you think. Good night, everybody. Hope you enjoyed all my little stories. Oh, to be young and crazy again. Those were the good days. Those were the great days. Bye, everybody.